Today we are gonna start with three three deep breaths. In through the nose, hold at the top, out through the mouth. And if you feel your shoulders going up, then you can release them as you breathe out. Yes. Get into a comfortable position. Close your eyes if it feels safe to do so. Breathe in through your nose. Hold at the top. Breathe out through the mouth. Preferably with a sigh. And if it feels uncomfortable to follow what I do at any point, just go at your own tempo. Yeah, and I started talking, so we're gonna do 3 breaths now. In, hold, out. In, hold, out. In, hold, out. Feel your legs, your feet, your butt on the ground. Feel your back and your stomach, how it expands and contracts with your breath. Feel your shoulders and your arms. Maybe they're heavy, maybe they're light. Feel your face. Maybe your jaw is tight. Maybe you need to yawn. And if not, and your jaw is tight, you can just open your mouth. And then I had to yawn. Move gently from side to side. Maybe it feels good to do really slowly. Maybe your body wants to do it a little faster. Just feel what comes naturally to you. And if it's hard to feel what your body wants, you can just follow me. And I'm just thinking of when I started to listen to my body. I didn't really get any of its signals. It had to scream for me to hear. So what made me listen was when I got very intense headaches. But I was still trying to run from them. So when I started listening to my body in the beginning, it was listening to others who knew how to listen to their bodies, and then slowly, very slowly, I learned to listen a bit more to my own body, and I've gotten better at listening to my body's whispers, so I can feel the steps before the headache gets intense, or I can feel when I need to take a pause and meditate. Unfortunately, I need to do that a lot more than most people, but I'm getting to, or I get to listen more and more to my body. And if it feels comfortable, you can start making circles. Imagine your center in the middle of the body and make circles around that center. And you can make them as big or small as you want. And yeah, I think I'm better at listening to my own body when I don't talk, and I didn't actually expect that I was gonna talk a lot today. I'm gonna shift sides or change directions, but I just felt that when I sat here, there was a lot on my mind that wanted to be said. And yeah, I'm practicing following my intuition more, following the subtle hints, feelings, directions my body, heart, and soul wants to take, and not let my head take control or talk me out of it. Yeah, my body wanted to change direction again. You just do what feels best for you. I'm practicing moving my body with less intensity, because I have really high expectations for what I think my body should be able to do. I did CrossFit for many years and I'm still coming to terms with the fact that my body is not in a position. I'm changing directions again to perform at that level. So I'm trying to honor my body and doing things that it can actually do, enjoying it, and I would say pushing. I don't know if it's pushing, but trying to get myself out of my comfort zone in a way that doesn't. I have the word in Danish. That doesn't damage my body. I don't really have the word for it, but yeah, trying to move forward in little steps so I don't make too big steps that will bring me backwards. Yeah. And if you're here, maybe you have a tendency to do a little more than what your body asks for. Yeah. I think we're gonna take some more deep breaths. My mind is trying to take over whether it should be 3 or 5, but I'll start and we'll find out how many it will be. You can either place your hands on your knees, you can also place them palms facing up. It suggests to your body that you are safe, that it can relax. Or you can take a hand on your belly and one on your chest. That calmed me down. And we're gonna breathe. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. And in through your nose. Hold. Out. In through your nose. Hold. Out. In. Hold. Out. In. Hold. Out. One more. In. Hold. Out. And take some deep breaths here at your own tempo. Roll your shoulders. Double cheek. If you want to just roll your shoulders, you can do that. If you want to time it with your breathing, you can roll that up with the breath in and down with the out. I don't know why it's so hard for me to speak right now. My body got very warm from that. And that is a good thing. That my body is feeling like it's doing something, but it's also a little hard for me to accept that that's hard for me. You can keep do it if you feel like it. I just need to breathe a little because I get dizzy. I I guess I could have stopped the video before, and a part of me kind of wanted to do so because I'm not really saying a lot, and right now I might not be giving myself all the time I need to readjust. I feel a dizziness, and I kind of feel like it's like a mental fog closing down. It helps a bit talking about it, makes it a little less scary, and I think when I sit with it, there's a lot of thoughts about the anxiety rising from getting the dizziness, kind of being afraid of more like a panic attack, anxiety attack. I don't know what it's called in English. But it's kind of funny how allowing myself to potentially have that makes it easier to not go in full-on panic mode. A big part of my life, I have felt like I needed this perfect facade, that there always needed to be a smile on my face. That I wasn't allowed to be sad or angry or having a panic attack, anxiety attack, I wasn't allowed to show that I wasn't in control, or at least that was what I felt inside. So if I felt panic, anxiety, any kind of wrong emotions rise, I would do everything to like push it down. Eventually it would explode. But for a long time I could push it down, and then I could kind of hold it down until I could be in private, and then it could happen and I would have a lot of shame around it. And I think the allowing myself to first practicing falling apart, but what I categorized it as falling apart by myself, working around the shame and fear around that, and then allowing others to see it. That probably started in group therapy, but I don't know if it was actually group therapy the first time, but it was almost 6.5 years ago when I I don't know what's with my throat today and speaking, but I went down with stress or got burned out from stress, and later got, yeah, in English you don't have the categorization we have in Danish, but yeah, so in English it's chronic fatigue. I got that diagnosed 4 years after that, I think, or 3 years after that. Yeah, that's my I forgot my point. Yeah, but it was when because of the stress, so I was in a group, it was group therapy with a lot of other people who were stressed, and seeing others break down crying made me feel less alone in just being so sad and crying a lot, but also opened me up to at some point crying in front of others in that setting. And then later on I was also able to cry in front of friends and family at some points sometimes. And I have also, I don't know if I would say let other people see my anxiety, because it was more because I wasn't at a manageable state. It was very noticeable in public, but in places I felt safe. And I think I'm trying to be more open, and also allowing myself to be seen at times where I probably would rather hide that from others, because I know how much it meant to me to see other people go through what I was going through. And now this was just me being silent for a bit. And it's nothing compared to if you have a panic attack or anxiety attack. But just know you're not alone. Others are going through it. But I think the things we think we are alone with the most are because others also go through it alone, and there's shame and fear around sharing it. And I think that's why I'm trying to allow more of me to be seen, for others to be seen or reflected where they're at, where you're at. No, it's okay. You're okay. Maybe not at this moment. It doesn't feel like that, but there's nothing wrong with you for feeling however you're feeling. And I hope you have people you can share it with. And I hope you can allow yourself to feel it. And I also have a book that has helped me a lot. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I could also go get it. I think I will pause and then I will go get it. And then you can see it. I will come back. Yes. It's Beyond Anxiety, Curiosity, Creativity, and Finding Your Life's Purpose by Martha Wake. This one. And I haven't even read all of it yet. I bought it about a year ago, but I've read it very slowly. It's got a lot of examples and exercises, and I usually read a little bit and then I do an exercise, and I do it for quite a while for me to feel like it's incorporated. It's kind of laying a foundation, getting a solid ground to stand on. So yeah, incorporating it in daily life before moving on to the next one. And one of the things she talks about is, and I don't know if it's in zones, but yeah, from what I remember right now, it's like a green zone and a yellow zone and a red zone, where in the red zone you panic and the green zone is relaxed. Yellow zone is kind of in between. And also, if you can get it in the yellow zone, it's kind of easier to go to the green zone. But she talks about the green zone first, and I don't actually remember right now if she actually calls it those zones, or I'm just calling it that. But yeah, read the book if it can help you. It might help you more than what I'm trying to tell now. But she talks about getting into the green zone, and it can be noticing 5 things, or just 5. I don't think. Yeah, I'm just telling you something now. Don't think too much about it. But to notice things in the room that makes you happy. Right now I can see flowers and pillows and blankets, and imagining, like, if you have a blanket, you see it, maybe you really like the color, but you also like, how does it feel? Maybe it smells good, maybe it doesn't. I think it smells fine. But seeing these things that make you happy, and really feel those feelings, so you can be in a calm space and practicing being in this green zone. And then you can move on to trying to think about something that would put you in the yellow zone. First, you need to integrate the green zone, and then you can move on to the yellow zone and think about things that would get you a little bit triggered, and then go back to the green zone by focusing on the stuff and the textures and the smells that calm you down. And I think at some point when that's integrated, you think about red zone stuff, and then go back to green stuff. And you do it in your own safe space at home, so that when you tackle things in real life, you might be able to incorporate it there. But that isn't where you practice. Yeah. I hope that made sense. I feel like I might have told something that wasn't even like it was in the book. But yeah, just got a lot of exercises that has helped me a lot, and I think I might be ready to move on to the next pages, because she kind of starts with the anxiety part, and then there's also with the others, but curiosity, creativity, and finding your life's purpose. I think, well, I saw the word creativity and I thought about the paintings that I do, and I feel like I am more in touch with my creative side. But I'm very much excited to read about that part and finding your life's purpose. That sounds nice. Yeah. I think our purpose might change throughout our life, or maybe the way we contribute to others might change. I don't necessarily think it's a fixed point. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be more of a meditation, yoga thing today, but yeah, became a talk, and I hope it helps you. I hope it helped or did something. And yeah, I think that was it. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths, I think, and then that's it. Yeah. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Breathe in, hold, out. In, hold, out. In, hold, out. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time for yourself. You're doing great.